Hey guys, it's Marieta. Thanks a lot for tuning in this video. I want to give you update regarding the national interest exceptions for travelers who are being impacted by those travel bans. So if you are from countries such as China, Iran, Brazil, South Africa, Schengen area, the United Kingdom, Ireland, and India, you definitely want to stick around. So let's do this. So, if you remember correctly, we do have several presidential proclamations still in place, and they're also called the travel bans, right? Because they are banning the regular people, tourists, visitors to actually enter United States. If you are coming from these countries, if you have spent the last 14 days in these countries and you want to travel to United States, unfortunately, you cannot travel to United States unless you actually qualify for the national interest exception. So I'm going to actually review what this actually means, who is under national interest exception, and also what you need to know if you want to apply for national interest exception, and what to do in general if you cannot, for example, apply for the national interest exception. How can you actually enter United States? How can you come to United States? What is the alternative for you? So first, let's start with the frequently asked question that you guys have: when is this going to end? And I wish I can give you the answer. I wish I can give you the specific day when this proclamation will expire. We don't know yet. We don't have any information. I remember back in, I believe it was in April, they were talking about the proclamation impacting European Union was set to expire in May, in fact. And look at us. We are in July, and the travel ban, the proclamation is still in place. So it's difficult to say. However, what can you do? So let's first talk about the national interest exception. So if you fall under the national interest exception, you can actually schedule an interview at the US consulate, and then you can attend the interview and you can fly to United States. So if you are able to do that, I highly recommend that you actually use national interest exception. If you need any help, you are welcome to schedule a call with me. The link is going to be below in description. Now, on June 29th, 2020, Department of State actually extended the validity of national interest exceptions, right? Again, this is concerning those countries that are being impacted by the travel ban. Those existing national interest exceptions will be valid for 12 months from the date of approval and for multiple entries as long as they are used for purpose under which they were granted. Because initially, actually, the national interest exception was only issued for one single entry. That being said, was somehow difficult because people would have to go and attend the interview and go to the consulate again if they would need to apply for another exception. In this case, what they are doing, they are actually extending the national interest exceptions, and they are saying that they will be valid for 12 months from the day of approval for multiple entries, which is amazing, by the way, because once you get your exception, you're good to go, and you can actually enter United States multiple times, which in my opinion is going to save you time and also money, because you don't have to go and attend another interview and go through the struggle again and contact the US consulate again and again, right? The extension applies to travelers subject to these proclamations. Again, I'm going to review the countries such as China, Iran, Brazil, South Africa, Schengen area, UK, Ireland, India, who are currently being approved for national interest exception, or who were granted national interest exception in conjunction with a visa application. Now, if you want to actually learn exactly how to apply for national interest exception, I am going to link a video. So check it out. You can see it here. There's going to be a link. You can click on it and watch that video. In that video, I'm actually going deeper into who can apply for national interest exception. Now, if you are actually student, for example, holding F1 or M visa, right? Or if you're a traveler with immigrant visa, in other words, the green card holder, or if you have a fiancé visa, that you are automatically granted national interest exception, and you don't need to obtain additional national interest exception in advance from your consular or the embassy in your country. In other words, if you are actually applying for F1 or M1, or you're applying for a green card, which is the immigrant visa, right, through the consular processing, or the fiancé visa, you don't need to worry about national interest exception because automatically you are being granted the national interest exception, even though you are coming from countries that are being impacted by the travel ban, okay? So that's what you can do. Now, if you are obviously not coming from travel ban countries, I still understand that many of these US consulates are not actually operational at pre-pandemic level. So if you need help with actually requests to expedite, or if you need help with the emergency visa appointment, again, you're welcome to schedule a call with me. The link is going to be below this video. Now, if you ask me my opinion, when is this going to end? When is this going to change? Because I understand the frustration that some of you might experience because you are just not able to travel to the United States. We don't know yet. It could be a couple of more months. Also, I'm going to give you another tip what you can do. You can actually travel to third country. If you, for example, have the ESTA option, some countries, they do have the waiver program in place. If you can travel to different country, for example, Mexico or another country that is not part of the travel ban list. And then stay there for 14 days, and from there you can actually enter United States. This would be sort of a hack for you, if you will. You can enter US in this way. However, otherwise, if you don't have the ESTA, if you actually need to apply for B1, B2 visa, it's very difficult for you as of now because the US consulates are actually not issuing B1/B2 visas. So in other words, what can you do? I mostly work with entrepreneurs and business owners, okay? And what they do, we usually apply for E2 investor visa. And E2 investor visa is obviously only for those who are from E2 treaty countries, and it's only for those who qualify. However, if you're doing business in the US, if you used to be on B1 visa, B1 simple business visa, maybe your stamp or the visa expired in your passport, and you do have actual business, ongoing business in US, I highly recommend to actually consider E2 visa application. If you need more help, you can actually check out those links in description below this video. You can find free training, how you can actually apply for E2 and so on. And also there is going to be the link how you can book a one-on-one call with me. So that's that for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.